let us acknowledge the presence of His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., President, Republic of the Philippines. To start with, for the blessing of SAF 44 Monument, we request Police Lieutenant Colonel Rodolfo Hulok Eresa Jr., Chaplain, PNPA.
We bow our heads and pray for God's blessings. May the Lord open to them the gates of paradise, that they may return to that homeland where there is no death, where eternal joy endures. Almighty and ever-living God, bestow your divine blessing upon this hallowed monument, built in honor of the heroic sacrifice of SAF 44, for laying down their lives for peace, freedom, and truth. We commend their souls into your gracious love and mercy, and we pray that we may be worthy of their sacrifice. Help us to be faithful and true to those ideals and values for which they fought and died. May we continue to perpetuate and emulate the memory of our departed SAF 44 heroes by our faithful service to country and people, and that at last we, being faithful to our duty and responsibility unto death, may receive with them the crown of life. This we pray through Christ our Lord. Amen.
On January 25, 2015, PNP staff launched Oplan Exodus to neutralize an international terrorist and bomb expert instructor, Zulkifli Abdir, also known as Marwan. Battalion-sized staff unit was deployed, notably 84th SAC was tasked as the main assault force, while the 55th SAC was assigned to secure the crossing point of the main assault force in the way to its extraction. In the early stage of the engagement, the 84th SAC successfully neutralized the target, but suffered heavy losses as they were swept away to the position of 55th SAC by a larger enemy force. Unknown to the 55th SAC, and eventually the 84th SAC returned back to base via different routes several days after. The 55th SAC faithfully stood by and defended the crossing point of the troops from the 84th SAC. Under heavy enemy fire, with courage and determination, the 55th SAC defended the crossing point and waited for their brothers of 84th SAC as hours gone by. They could have transferred to a better defensive position, but decided to stay in the crossing point for the safe passage of the 84th SAC. One by one, 55th SAC trooper fell together with some other members of 84th SAC in a separate location due to the growing superior number of enemy forces. Enduring the pain of gunshot wounds, they continue to fight, inspired by the sweet memories of their loved ones. SAF 44 fought hard to last drop of blood, and final breath faded away. This is how the SAF 44 fought and lived that day. This is the story of SAF 44. At this juncture, before we proceed to the wreath-laying ceremony, a roll call for the gallant SAF 44 shall be conducted.
Police Senior Inspector Ryan B. Pabalinas. Police Senior Inspector John Gary A. Erana. Police Senior Inspector Max Jim R. Tria. Police Senior Inspector Jednat G. Tabdi. Police Senior Inspector Cyrus P. Aniban. Police Senior Inspector Renny L. Tyrus. Police Senior Inspector Joey S. Gamutan. SPO1 Lover L. Inocencio. PO3 Andres V. Duque Jr. PO3 Robert D. Aliaga. PO3 Noble S. Kiangan. PO3 Noel O. Golokan. PO3 Jedsin A. Asjali. PO3 Vergel Villanueva. PO3 John Lloyd R. Sumbilia. PO3 Victoriano N. Acain Jr. PO2 Ephraim G. Mejia. PO2 Omar A. Nacionales. PO2 Junrel N. Kibete. PO2 Jerry D. Cayob. PO2 Romeo V. Senin II. PO2 Chum G. Agabon. PO2 Noel N. Balaca Jr. PO2 Godofredo B. Cabanier. PO2 Walner F. Danao. PO2 Aman M. Esmula. PO2 Glenn B. Bedua. PO2 Peterson I. Carap. PO2 Roger C. Cordero. PO2 Rodel E. Ramacula. PO2 Nicky D.C. Nasino Jr. PO2 Franklin C. Danao. PO2 Rodrigo F. Acob Jr. PO2 Joel B. Dulnuan. PO1 Loreto G. Capinding II. PO1 Mark Lori O. Clemencio. PO1 Windel L. Candano. PO1 Gringo C. Kayang-o. PO1 Russell B. Bilog. PO1 Joseph G. Sagonoy. PO1 Angel C. Kodiamat. PO1 Richelle S. Baluga. PO1 Olibeth L. Viernes. And PO1 Romeo C. Sempron.
Ladies and gentlemen, we shall now witness the wreath-laying ceremony for the Day of National Remembrance for the heroic sacrifice of the SAF 44 who gave their lives to protect the comfort of the Filipino people. The wreath-laying ceremony shall now begin. First to offer the wreath is Mrs. Rachel June M. Sumbilia, wife of the late SPO1 John Lloyd R. Sumbilia, together with Police Lieutenant Colonel Raymond A. Train, Upland Exodus Operator. Victors never fade, they eternally shine. A profound saying that perpetuates the triumph of our valiant compatriots, who fearlessly conquered challenges in the pursuit of victory. Today, we celebrate their triumph that shall forever resonate. In honor of these precious allies, we cherish and held close to our hearts, we offer this tribute. Next to offer the wreath is Police Major General Samuel C. Nacion, Director, Philippine National Police Academy. Difficult moments may fade into the past, but the noble actions and heroism of individuals shall always be recalled. They serve as examples, demonstrating unwavering dedication to service. These lives inspire and bring hope in times of despair. Much like the uplifting light that follows a rainstorm, they are a source of motivation for every SAF trooper, embodying the true spirit of public service. Next to offer the wreath is Police Major General Bernard M. Banak, Director, Special Action Force. We honor the unsung heroes who bravely fought and sacrificed their lives in service to their sworn duty. They willingly gave up the comforts of life for the commitment to protect and serve. These heroes sacrificed their freedom to keep the flames of democracy burning bright for all. Next to offer the wreath is Police General Benjamin C. Acorda Jr., Chief, Philippine National Police. The thriving and lasting democracy we enjoy is a direct outcome of the unwavering dedication of our leaders to their mission. The commitment and sacrifice of these brave individuals epitomize true patriotism, which they exemplify throughout their lives. Therefore, today's ceremony is dedicated to ensuring that their heroic acts are permanently etched in our hearts and minds, celebrating their triumphs for years to come. Next to offer the wreath is Honorable Benjamin C. Abalos Jr., Secretary of the Interior and Local Government. We'll make sure that their sacrifices are always remembered. Their bravery and love for the country shall forever be honored in the story of heroism. as they find peace in the care of the Almighty. May they rest in well-deserved victory. The last to offer the wreath is His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., President, Republic of the Philippines. Against great challenges, the gallant troopers' smart thinking and unmatched skill and unwavering courage led their forces to win. The battlefield, once loud and chaotic, now saw the sweet sound of victory. After the battle, as the dust cleared and the sound of fighting faded, the gallant troopers stood in the success, a symbol of bravery and leadership. The win wasn't just about their personal skills, but a team effort from a united and determined force. That concludes the wreath-laying ceremony in honor of the heroic sacrifice of SAF 44. For the next part of our program, may I request His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., together with our guests and visitors, to proceed to the grandstand for the continuation of our program.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. We may now be seated. Good morning and welcome to Camp General Mariano N. Castañeda, the home of the Cadet Corps Philippine National Police, for the Day of National Remembrance for the Heroic Sacrifice of Special Action Force 44. In remembrance of the gallant SAF 44 troopers, today we will pay tribute to our fallen comrades who unselfishly offered their lives in service to God, country, and people. This also reminds us that brotherhood does not end in death, but will continue to live on in the memories of the people who cherish and acknowledge their work and patriotism. And now may we request everyone to please rise for the singing of the Philippine National Anthem.
Bugay kamay! Ho! Mga pinuno at kalipunan, pugay kamay. Ha! Sa dagat at sa siya, langit mong baba, awit sa paglaya minamahal ng isapan. Langit sa piling mo, pinuno at kalipunan, baba kamay.
We may now be seated.
Baba kamay! Ha!
At this point, may we request Police General Benjamin C. Acorda Jr., Chief of the Philippine National Police, for his welcome remarks.
His Excellency, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., sir, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today, we gather with heavy hearts to commemorate the National Remembrance Day for the 44 brave heroes who made the ultimate sacrifice on that fateful day, January 25, 2015, during the anti-terrorism operation known as Oplan Exodus in Mamasapano, Maguindanao. On that day, our country lost 44 valiant and selfless members of the Special Action Force in the pursuit of justice and peace. It was a mission to neutralize a notorious terrorist whose actions pose a grave threat to our country. The dedication and courage displayed by the SAF 44 in the face of danger exemplified the highest ideals of service, patriotism, and sacrifice. The Mamasapano incident stands as a stark reminder of the challenges and risks our law enforcement officers face daily in the pursuit of safeguarding our nation and its citizens. The memory of our fallen heroes leaves an enduring imprint on our history, and their sacrifice will forever be etched in our hearts. While we can never bring back the lives they have given, may their sacrifice serve as a challenge to us all, a challenge to continue their heroism, to embody greatness, and to act with honor and love for our country. May their memory serve as an inspiration for us to continue advocating for justice and peace in our nation. As we gather here today, let us not only remember the brave men of the SAF 44, but also reflect on the lessons learned from that tragic day. We must recognize the importance of unity, coordination, and effective communication in our pursuit of national security. The sacrifices made by our heroes must motivate us to constantly strive for excellence in our duty to protect and serve. In their memory, let us renew our commitment to strengthening our law enforcement agencies, enhancing operational capabilities, and ensuring that they receive the support they need to carry out their crucial missions. Today, as we pay tribute to the SAF 44, let us honor their legacy by dedicating ourselves to the cause of upholding the rule of law, defending our nation against terrorism, and promoting peace and stability in our communities. As one united Team PNP family, we must remain worthy of the great sacrifices of our fallen heroes, forever loyal to the country they love and serve and the freedom they fought and died for. To the families and loved ones of the SAF 44, we express our deepest gratitude and condolences. Your sacrifice and loss are immeasurable, and your heroes will always hold a special place in the hearts of a grateful nation. Their bravery and selflessness will continue to inspire us as we strive to uphold the values they fought and died for. To the gallant 44, as we remember you today, we believe that your spirit lives on. May the force guide you toward eternal peace in the afterlife. Your dedication and sacrifice will forever be remembered in our nation's history. serving as a symbol of courage and inspiration for future generations. Sa inyong lahat, welcome and maraming salamat po.
Thank you, sir. At this juncture, let us direct our attention to the audiovisual presentation on our gallant SAF 44 troopers and the naming of the Lakan dormitories, following the names of the gallant Lakans.
We must remember that the uniformed services are a different sector from the rest of society. The armed services are the only sector of society whose social contract includes giving their life in defense of the state.
In the annals of history, there are stories that transcend time, tales of courage, sacrifice, and unwavering dedication. Today, we gather to honor the memory of the SAF 44, a group of elite police officers who, in the line of duty, displayed the highest form of bravery and commitment. Their story is not just a chapter in our nation's narrative. It's a testament to the indomitable spirit that defines the guardians of peace. Today, we honor the SAF 44, not just as heroes, but as symbols of resilience, sacrifice, and the enduring spirit that binds our nation together. As we pay tribute to their memory, Police Major Max Jim Ramirez Tria from PNPA Kaisang GC class of 2009, the PNPA Lakan Dormitory 1 is named Tria Hall. Police Captain Rene Lumasag Carus from PNPA Masaligan class of 2011, PNPA Lakan Dormitory 2 is named Tyrus Hall. Police Major Cyrus Palayan Aniban, Medalya ng Kagitingan awardee from PNPA Mabicas class of 2010. This PNPA Lakan Dormitory 3 is named Aniban Hall. Police Major Ryan Balesteros Pabalinas from PNPA Bagsaylahi class of 2006. The PNPA Lakan Dormitory 4 is named Pabalinas Hall.
Police Major Gednath Yarambas Tabdi from PNPA Kaisang Bisig Class of 2009. PNPA 4-story Cadet Dormitory 5 and 6 is named Tabdi Hall.
Police Major John Gary Alcantara Erana from PNPA Kaisang Bisig Class of 2009. The PNPA Cadet Officers Country is named Irana Hall.
And now may we request Mrs. Rachel June M. Sumbilla, the wife of late Senior Police Officer 1 John Lloyd R. Sumbilla, for her message.
To His Excellency Ferdinand Bongbong Romualdez Marcos Jr., my SAF-44 families, other distinguished guests and visitors, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today, I stand before you not only as a wife, but also as the voice of thousands of wives who have lived through the pain of losing their loved ones in the line of duty. It is an honor and a privilege for me to speak during the SAF-44 National Day of Remembrance, a day that holds significant meaning for all of us. As a wife, I knew the daily risks my husband faced as part of the SAF, but nothing prepared me for the news of his tragic passing. The pain was unimaginable, and the void he left behind seemed impossible to fill. But I, like many others, found solace in the strength and unity displayed by our SAF-44 families. What happened 9 years ago serves as a reminder of the dedication and bravery exhibited by our fallen heroes. It is a day to honor their memory, their commitment to duty, and their unwavering love for our nation. It is also a day for us, the wives, to remember the strength and the resilience that has carried us through even the darkest of times. As wives, we have witnessed firsthand the sacrifices our husbands made for the greater good. We have seen their unwavering commitment in protecting our society and ensuring the safety of our fellow countrymen. Our husbands were not just brave men, but they were also loving fathers and caring sons. Behind those members of SAF-44, there are wives who held her husband's dreams and aspirations close to her heart. Despite the ever-present fearing of losing him, it is our duty to ensure that their sacrifices will never be forgotten. As we gather each year to commemorate their lives, let us not only mourn for our loss, but also let us celebrate the heroism and victory that defined them. In closing, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to all those who have stood by us during our times of sorrow, to the brave men and women of the SAF who continue to protect our nation. We thank you for your service and honor your sacrifices. And to my fellow wives, may we find strength in our shared experiences and let us continue to uplift to one another, not only for ourselves, but for our children who need us most. Today and always, let us remember the SAF-44 and their selflessness. May their gallantry inspire us all to be better, to do better, and to build a future worthy of their sacrifice. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, ma'am. May we also request Police Lieutenant Colonel Raymond A. Train, Oplan Exodus Operator, for his message.
His Excellency, President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr., sir. Distinguished guests, honored members of our Cadet Corps, Philippine National Police Academy, to the elite members of Special Action Force, active and retired. Ladies and gentlemen, blessed morning to everyone. Exactly 9 years ago, for the rest of the world, January 25, 2015, was just like any other Sunday. People went to church. Families gathered together. Children played around. But for the gallant SAF 44, it is a day of living out our professional oath. When we joined SAF, we made an oath to protect, and no amount of risk shall deter us from keeping that. Nobody understands that more than all of us here who are in the profession of arms. The hunt for Marwan was a success, but I take it at the same time with a heavy heart because it had to be paid with the lives of 44 gallant men. They were my friends, comrades, and brother in arms. And I saw how well they fought until the very end. And they did it willingly. Because in the PNP SAF, this is what we tell the world who we are. While you enjoy the laughter of family and friends in the comfort and safety of your homes, there were men and women who sacrificed their time, effort, and their very lives in the performance of their job and duties just to give you normalcy. This is the Special Action Force. Siyam na taon na ating binigyang pagpakilala ang mga sakripisyo na aming mga kasamahan na nagbuwis ng buhay para sa ating bayan, ang SAF 44. Pero ngayon, taon, gusto ko naman sanang pasalamatan at bigyang pugay aking mga kasamahan na nabuhay. Sa mga nabuhay na Oplan Exodus, maaari po tayong tumayo sandali. Sa unang pagkakataon, ako'y nananawagan na sana ay huwag din po sana nating kalimutan ang kanilang mga sakripisyo para sa seguridad nating bansa. Mula sa aking puso, mga kasama, gusto ko kayong bigyan ng pagpahalaga at pagpugay. Saludo ako sa tahimik at tapat ninyong serbisyo para sa bansa. In the face of adversity, our gallant SAF 44 displayed extraordinary courage, selflessness, and unwavering dedication to their duty. They made the ultimate sacrifice, giving their very lives for us, to every Filipino today, and for the next generations to come. They left behind families, friends, and dreams unfulfilled, but their memory lives on, forever etched in the fabric of our nation's history. They remind us that freedom comes at a high cost, and that it is our responsibility to protect, cherish, and preserve the liberties they fought so valiantly for. Indeed, a few brave souls sacrificing themselves for the greater good is the noblest act of all. This lays the very foundation upon which our nation is built. To my fallen brothers, we all say, your lives were nobly spent, sacrifice bravely made. Your legacy endures in each every Filipinos forever. And now, to the cadets, to every Filipinos, young and old, let the bravery of these men inspire us. Let their heroism unite us in strength and in purpose. Let their sacrifice be our call to action to face today's challenges with a united spirit to build a nation founded in unity and unwavering patriotism for a better and progressive Philippines. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay ang Pilipinas.
Thank you, sir. At this juncture, may we request Executive Secretary Lucas P. Bersamin to introduce our guest of honor and speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Thank you to the Executive Secretary for Luke Bersamin for his introduction. The Troop Commander will give the order for Tikas Pahinga. The Chief of the Philippine National Police, General Benji Acorda Jr., please take your seats. The Director of the Special Action Forces, Major General Bernard Banak. The Director of the Philippine National Police Academy, Major General Samuel Nacion. Officers and enlisted personnel of the Special Action Forces and Philippine National Police Academy, Cadet Corps of Philippine National Police Academy, and the family members of the Special Action Force 44, fellow workers in government, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. 9 years ago, 44 brave men died without seeing the dawn of peace bloom on the land their blood made hallow. Today we remember their heroism and honor the sacrifice that they have made. It is a debt that we will never be able to fully pay, no matter how we try it with deeds to prove that they have not died in vain. It remains an obligation that we will never extinguish, no matter how often we give meaning to their valor. So how do we pay homage to these brave men, whose gallantry no memorial can fully capture, whose courage no words can fully extol? It is by working tirelessly to realize their dreams for their families, for their children, for their comrades, for the people. It is now up to us who live, who benefited from their full measure of devotion to duty, to build a kinder and gentler society, wherein those they have left behind can live in peace and prosperity. That is the mission that they have left us to pursue when they did not return from their last patrol. In their last hours, in that place of honor, we can draw many important lessons. The lessons such as to put nation before self, to display courage under fire, to resolve to forge ahead, to never give up. We would also be disrespecting their memory if we give quarter to those who terrorize our people. We would be devaluing their valor if we cede our territory to those who would trespass upon it. Although fighting machines they were not apostles of permanent war. They were warriors for peace who wanted to see the day when swords were pounded into plowshares. Let us work towards that day. To the loved ones of these heroes, we know that 9 years after that fateful day, no words can fully ease the pain that I know you still feel. I can only hope that you can find comfort knowing that a grateful nation, still nursing a wound in their hearts, feels deeply and as much. To the comrades in arms of the brave 44 who wear the insignia of the departed, honor their memory by never letting down the flag that they fought for. Be worthy stewards of their devotion to duty, their fidelity to the oath, and their love of country. Be the patriots and professionals who are driven by the same fearlessness and fortitude that the SAF 44 had shown. My countrymen, the defiant stand of the brave 44 still echoes today. It is a clarion call for unity and action against any challenge that we might face. Let our reverence for these men be always accompanied by a deeper reflection
so we too can summon the fight in ourselves to build a better future for our nation. Huwag natin pababayaan ang kapayapaan na kanilang ipinaglaban. Sa pagpupugay sa SAF 44, patuloy tayong magsisikap tungo sa isang bagong Pilipinas. Mabuhay ang ating mga bayaning Pilipino. Mabuhay ang SAF 44. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas.
Thank you, Mr. President. We may now be seated. And now we shall proceed with the presentation of memento to our guest of honor and speaker. May we request the President to proceed in front. May we also request Police Major General Bernard M. Banak, Director of the Special Action Force, for the presentation of memento. A token from the Special Action Force is hereby presented to His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., President, Republic of the Philippines, given during the Day of National Remembrance of the Heroic Sacrifices of SAF 44, held at the Philippine National Police Academy, Camp General Mariano N. Castañeda. At this point, let us all stand and together sing the SAP song and PNP hymn. is the courage that raises the blood of life to crimson splendor. Live bravely and present a brave front to adversity. And that concludes our program. Again, good morning and may God bless us all. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.,